your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here been the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy Joe by Stumo Raxter.
What up, though?
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Luke
Let's
Skywalker,
go.
Birdie. We're all here, guys. We got the whole bullpen. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. First and foremost, rest in peace to Sean O'Malley. No,
Rest in peace to UFC.
yeah, no, dude, stop. I'm not. I love watching Marab. Marab is
You are one.
entertaining.
Yeah, nobody else does.
I think you're lying. Like, I don't like. I'm a big UFC guy. I love MMA. That's actually how I got into this. Was like interviewing guys in my gym before like tournaments, fights, all shit like that. Marab, like his style of dominance, it's entertaining. Like I gotta
For
know
you.
how, I guess, yeah. If
For
you don't like it,
UFC elite people, yes, it is.
That's
But
fair.
not for an average fan or a non-fan of just somebody who wants to watch the fights. The UFC needs knockout superstars with big. If they want to not die, they need guys that they can sell, guys that are going to talk shit, and guys that are going to knock people out. That is what will get an average fight fan interested.
Yeah.
A UFC fan would love to see the dominance of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu or a wrestling guy or something like that. Nobody else does.
I think I'll switch.
You need
I mean, obviously, there's going to be those guys. Like, your casual is going to want to see that shit for sure. But I think like Habib picked up a little bit, and I think Habib was more boring than
They're getting
Marab.
booed by the fans that bought the tickets to see them fight.
No, they get booed.
A lot of people are getting booed.
No, they get booed.
Anybody that clinches gets booed. It was literally happening in every.
Oh yeah, that happens in the beginning of that's like dummies.
And that's
I mean, it happens.
that's your target base. So
It
like yeah,
happens.
you can exist
But they
with
fought this
just the
weekend,
hardcore
and
fans.
Marab dominated. They didn't get booed. It was very entertaining. Like,
Yeah.
It was like I don't know, somebody that's going nonstop like that. I mean, his nickname's a machine. That's exactly what he is. He's nonstop going. Did you guys watch? Did you watch the fights? Anybody else?
No, I didn't watch them.
Oh, Luke.
Marab might be one of the most boring fighters I have ever
That's
watched.
crazy.
Like the Dagestani wrestlers are just like they're tough to watch. Like they're the most dominant fighters. Like Khabib, all of them. It's just a hard watch. You know, like I'd rather watch like
I
a
agree
striker.
with like the actual like Dagestani one. Like Marab's fucking Georgian or some shit like that. Like he's actually I don't know, man. You're right. I am UFC elitist, and maybe that's where I'm at with it.
Marab
But I
owns
guess
that.
I just appreciate someone who's like who can just fucking do that, you know?
Yeah.
Was this 315?
317.
Oh, okay.
It was 317,
It's
yeah.
saying 315 was the worst pay-per-view numbers of all time.
That's crazy.
No, this was 316. It says 317 isn't a pay-per-view event.
Yeah, this is 360.
316, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what 315 was actually.
Gross
Yeah.
6 million.
315 was Bilal Muhammad, who is pretty boring, but had an entertaining fight that night.
6.5 million is what they grossed for pay-per-view for 316.
That's already out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's live revenue. Sorry. Yeah, so the pay-per-view probably isn't out yet, but it's probably not great. UFC is bleeding. They need star power desperately, and
They do it themselves, though, man.
I mean, Sean O'Malley was a guy that casuals would tune in to see. It's like I had a couple of my friends who don't really watch the UFC tell me, they're like, yeah, I'm going to tune in tonight because it's Sean O'Malley. He loses, he's done. Like, sorry. There's no more superstar Sean O'Malley. You're just a regular guy now. And that's how it goes. So it sucks, but
I mean, people still tune in to watch him, but he's not going to headline a pay-per-view without a belt. That's for sure. You know, he's back to the
yeah,
first fight of the
back
night.
to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean-
they don't have any who's a superstar in the UFC right now?
No one.
Nobody.
I
They don't
mean,
have any household
Shama.
names.
Alex Pereira, probably the closest thing now.
Yeah.
It was Sean. But, I mean,
Sean's dead. Izzy's dead. John
I-
Jones is on his way out.
fuck it. I don't care. I'm going to watch it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to watch it.
But other
for
people
sure.
aren't. I mean, that's up to them. Like,
The
you know.
Saudis are going to end up buying it.
Yeah.
They're bleeding
Then it's
'cause
really going to suck.
They're bleeding
It's gonna
money
be
right
fixed
now,
and
dude.
shit. Yeah, I mean, Dana did it himself, man. They're so fucking stingy as a company. I guess I can't really blame Dana because there's other owners too, but like they just don't want to pay these fighters.
You got to keep your stars, man.
Yeah, like the fact that you didn't, like, you had John Jones versus Francis Ngannou on the table.
That was, yeah.
and you were just too fucking greedy to make it happen.
That would have been the highest pay-per-view event,
I mean, fucking insane.
like, ever.
Even right now, John Jones and Tom Aspinall shit, which allegedly John's been offered. John did not turn it down, so it might happen. But,
Yeah.
like, fucking this is supposed to be your greatest of all time. I guarantee you wants no more than what Wilder and Fury made when they fought. Which is like 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
You're going to make that.
Yep.
You know, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, yeah, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're not good at cultivating stars, and they don't pay their guys enough to stay.
This makes no sense. It's disappointing as a fan of the sport, but it is what it is. Sugar Sean is cooked.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. We see D3-3 for once in your life. Yeah, he's kind of cooked. I mean, he's still kind of.
He's cooked.
He's gonna be good against strikers, but it's,
Now he's just gonna be a circus act.
Speaking of circus act, I'm the fucking clown. I'm the one to put it down, the fucking money line. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
the hair's brown this time.
that is true.
He's locked in.
you
He's had
bought
a
in.
kid.
You bought in.
I bought in, and I was a Amon-Ra believer. I've been a Amon-Ra fan for like 5 years.
Was Kevin Gastelum the co-main event?
No. He was
Okay.
like the.
All right, thank
no,
God.
the co-main event was worse.
Oh.
It was yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I
they
will
hot at
say,
least?
no.
Kevin Gastelum is career stepping stone. I've already had
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Um,
He surprisingly did get knocked out. I
yeah.
don't know what it is. This guy. You can say what you want about stereotypes. Some of them are true. Like Mexicans don't get knocked out. They got fucking some chins, dude. I mean, speaking of which, did you see what happened in California? Like,
Yeah.
they don't go down easy, dude. I'm just saying.
Not going down without a fight.
They're not going down without a fight. That's all I'm saying. No, it was Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison in the co-main.
Oh, who ended up winning that? I saw
Kayla Harrison.
she won.
So it's gonna be
Good.
her versus Man Nunes coming back. They had a little face off. And it was, it's.
You hyped for that one?
I'm hyped for I'm hyped for women's MMA. How about that?
No, you're not.
I'm not necessarily hyped for the fight, but I'm hyped for they're getting some hype around it. You know, that's literally women's MMA. Acknowledge me.
I mean, Amanda Nunes is the GOAT.
Yeah, and she's coming out. She's coming out of retirement to fight.
Hopefully,
Former trainer partner,
dude,
by the
if
way.
she gets packed up, then it's really over. But that's good for Kayla Harrison because Juliana Pena was talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm glad she got finished.
Good.
But she got tapped out with Kamara or Americana. Somewhere her arm was really about to fucking.
Moras are nasty, dude.
Yeah, not fun to be in at all.
I would tap on one
whatsoever.
of those so fast. Like I've said that so many times. Choke, you'd probably have to choke me out. But if you're gonna like snap my arm or you got me on like an ankle
tapping,
pick,
dude.
I'm tapping.
Yeah.
I'm tapping so fucking fast, dude.
Yeah, not that I'm still in the gym these days, but like when I was, anytime you had my fucking arm in any, like, yeah, yep, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And it's for that. Like, don't be proud.
No.
Like, don't. Especially it's they say it's tap, snap, or nap.
Yeah.
Like tap,
I'm tapping.
tap.
I'll nap.
What?
I'll nap.
Yeah.
Elite napper.
Yeah. I'll nap.
I'll nap.
I'll nap.
Not snapping.
One time it was more of a fucking I can't think of the name right now. When they don't have to choke him, but they're still like fucking grinding your face. My tooth came through my fucking lip right here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I learned to wear a mouth guard after that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that probably would have been a good
After that day, I told myself, well, I'm gonna stop being too proud to fucking
wear a mouth guard and tap.
yeah.
They get humbled pretty fast.
I got fucking humbled. Shout out to my boy Joe, who's got a super fight coming up too.
Shout out
to him.
Joe.
So yesterday, just kidding, Friday, we threw a fucking fit over this general manager rankings from
Oh yeah.
NBC's
I
Roto
almost
World.
forgot
I didn't know
about
that
this.
NBC bought them. I wanted to forget about it, but something happened today. It was very interesting. You know, the top 5 GM, Brian Gutekunst, is releasing Yair Alexander. No trade,
No.
no replacement,
No.
just losing a top tier guy for absolutely fucking nothing. That's the number 5 ranked GM. I was told. Losing an all pro for nothing.
No. Yeah. No contingency plan. No ripcord.
I sent a picture. You guys want to grab that?
See, and no Lions fans, we are not signing Jair Alexander.
Yeah, no, like it's trust me. Like prep is this time of year. We have 5 weeks till camp.
It's nasty.
It's bare.
Gets
I'm
bad.
not even entertaining that one.
No.
What are we doing?
There's no chance.
Beyond the fact that we have defensive backs here, the other part is like he's not the Dan Campbell type at all whatsoever.
No. Which we've seen, like C.D. Deuce, not a Dan Campbell guy. Cam Sutton, turns out not really a Dan Campbell guy.
Yeah,
But they were brought in because either they needed it or they were playing at a high level. Jerry Alexander's not playing at a high level anymore. So he's going to go to Tennessee or Tampa or Las Vegas or something like that and end his career.
Hey, Jeff Lee, the stream just started, you dumb bitch.
No, I'm not drunk from Detroit Golf Club. I didn't drink at all today. But thanks for yelling at me.
Who yelled at you?
Metal Yellow Beazle.
What, all caps?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a Bears fan or something. He's talking shit about the Lions never won a Super Bowl. Cilantro's good with everything.
Cilantro tastes like soap.
This was it tastes like soap to you? You're one of those people?
It's not good.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Some people, you're stuck that way. Like it's not going to be any better for you ever.
Yeah. I
I get to taste what cilantro is. To you, it's just soap because
doesn't really matter. I don't really put it on
retarded or something.
Got something wrong with me.
Something's wrong with
Something's coming up the works.
You came out wrong way. I'm just kidding. That's just so crazy when I found that out. Terry was the one who told me about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get canceled. I'm not taking a stance on this at all whatsoever. But it's just one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Will you put that picture up?
What is this? Oh, yeah.
Fucking National Guard got called into California this weekend. Because
That's going to be a Mexican OT album cover.
That is wild.
Shut up and take my money.
I don't even know how to feel about that.
That's kind of... I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think I like that.
I don't like that at all.
It feels like some crazy shit's about to happen.
That feels like we got to take care of that. Like,
I
don't want to be that guy, but we can't. That can't be happening, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah,
and it's funny too because I don't want to go down that road. Actually,
no, I don't like that.
But I'm with you. It's the same shit though. The people that were letting that shit defend that shit was going on 26.
Yeah,
it's the same shit.
Same shit. That wasn't cool
You
either.
people who were defending that can't be saying shit about that because it's the exact same fucking
Yeah,
thing.
I said that shit was stupid too.
Yeah, that shit was dumb too. That shit pissed me off.
Can't let that happen either.
It makes us look weak as a fucking
country.
It
It does. Looks like we don't have shit in order.
Like if the Mongolians were around, they're like, oh yeah, we're going there next. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
That's soft. Speaking of Mongolians, my cousin. I'm kidding. No, but I started playing Ghost of Tsushima finally.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's
so much better.
It's like one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
I'm so happy for you.
It's a fucking great game. If you guys it's off season, you're looking for something to do. If you don't got a family, you don't got a wife, you got a PS5, get a PS5 and get Ghost of Tsushima.
New one coming out soon too.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Yotai is what it's going to be called. It's the second one.
Wow, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And it's kind of based off historical events a little bit. Obviously, Mongolians still came through and took care of business.
Yeah. No, it's a very good game. That's like an S tier game.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm addicted.
Yeah, it's hard to put down.
Yeah. I wasn't addicted to what was the one I was playing before? Wukong. I just wanted to beat it.
Yeah.
And the creatures were fucking sick. Like the bot, it was very creative. This one, the story, the game, everything, just fucking. I don't know. It's an awesome fucking game.
It's a great game.
Sorry to go off on a tangent like that. I just want.
It's okay. Anytime.
I need to be proud.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson. Maybe that guy on top of that car could use a lawyer.
Yeah, he can. And you know who to call. It's Ben Johnson Law. Justice. It means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough tendencies, trial lawyers. Ben Johnson, tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ben Johnson Law.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where we mean everybody, can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get you some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Shout out to Cody Ingle. He says that'll be Woodward when the Lions win a Super Bowl.
Facts.
Facts. This is the one pride flag.
Yeah, that Detroit's going to be a nasty,
That might be
place.
Malcolm Rodriguez out there.
Could be Malcolm Rodriguez. Dante151 with the super chat. He says, Gears of War Reloaded is coming to PS5, and it's $30 right now. And in like 3 days, you can play the multiplayer beta. So I can't wait for that. That's pretty sweet. Gears of War is always fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So do people put cilantro and guac then? They can't. They don't.
I don't know.
It's like I added on.
I think people do put it in guac.
Do you taste it then?
I don't know. I like guac
Yeah.
a lot. Big
the
guac.
Guac
Big-
fucking slap.
Big guac guy, dude. Love me some
Let's
guac.
go. Some Bria tacos.
Yeah,
Let's
oh,
go.
yeah.
Oh, burrito tacos are amazing.
I've actually never had Bria tacos.
I got
No
you.
way.
Is it birria or is it Bria?
No, it's like the bubbly shells, kind of. Like the.
Bria.
You probably had a little.
No, I thought Bria's like melted
Yeah.
with cheese and shit.
I got you.
Yeah, I've never
You
had.
gonna make them?
I got a spot.
Yeah, I'm down to hit the spot.
I'm done.
I've tried to recruit them for here. Not interested yet, but we get the heavyweights in there, it might change.
I get
Alright.
I get a piece of that then.
Getting a little wild.
No,
They
yeah,
need a couple
I've never
more
had.
locations.
I've heard they're really good. That's the whole thing now. Like that, I like just regular. I like Asada tacos. The taco stand. Shout out to them.
Oh, that place
in Birmingham.
That place is phenomenal.
They got some great carne
Those
asada
quesadillas
tacos.
Diaz are kind of like burrito tacos.
Yeah. I feel
yeah.
like that's the same thing, right?
Also, never had a quesadilla like that. They're doing it wrong. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodSports.com. Me, Joe More Action, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Skywalker, Birdie. We got, like I said, the full bullpen. Speaking of which, pulling a little bit of an audible here. I should have put a poll in the chat. You guys want Lions or Tigers? But the Tigers did just beat the second best team that's on their ass in baseball this weekend. Kind of got to talk about it.
Best team in the
Scoops
National
them out
League.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, best team in the National League. Chicago Cubs came into town. And I know Tigers fans freaked out because they lost one game from the Chicago Cubs, who were the best team in the National League. But we saw when Skubal and Flaherty, your ace and your number 2, were on the mound, you took care of business and you won the series. Good series win for the Tigers. That's what they just do. They just keep winning series, and obviously they're the best team in baseball right now, and they just took down the second best team in baseball, arguably. So it was a good weekend at the ballpark. Shout out Babytron throwing out the first pitch. There's a lot of stuff going on down there, and Tigers took care of business when they needed to them. They're big guns. Big horses on the mound stepped up. So, yeah, good series dub. Nick?
Yeah, I'm thrilled with what I saw this weekend. And one guy specifically that I want to talk about is a guy that was 1 for his last 18 entering the series. And that's a guy, to beat great teams, you're going to need this guy to play like a star. And his name's Spencer Torkelson. He had the big hit early Friday and the big hit in the first inning on Sunday. So Spencer Torkelson got this team going multiple times this weekend. And if you're ultimately going to be a World Series contender, Spencer Torkelson does need to be that power-hitting, right-handed bat that we've seen him be throughout this season. And he's gone through, little slumps here and there. But to beat the best teams, you're going to need Torque to play like a star. And he did that this weekend when you ultimately didn't need too much run support to beat the Cubs when you had Skubal and Flaherty on the mound. But his run support definitely added to this team. And when this team gets up early, it's hard to beat them.
Yeah. Speaking of get up early, it's easy to do when you have a guy like Skubal on the mound. His last 6 starts, Benny, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So he averages 7.2 innings pitched. Only 8 hits.
Yep.
Only 1 earned run. 0 walks. 0.
Yeah.
None. He's averaging 6 strikeouts. Or 6, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best pitcher in baseball, and it's not close. And Rob Parker can say what he wants, but we know what Scooble is. Like, Max Fried's not even top 3 in the AL right now.
Quite clearly.
Sorry. Like, and you could get out of here.
I
I know it's a cute story that, he showed up and he didn't choke in New York, so he's the Cy Young. That's not how it fucking works, buddy. Like, Scooble's the best pitcher in baseball.
I wish I asked tomorrow, Game 7 of the World Series, who you marching out there? Because he would have. There's no fucking way unless he's being a
There
stubborn
is
prick.
no way in God's green
would've
earth
said
he
it.
would say anybody but Scooble.
Exactly. 95 strikeouts, by the way. That's it. The last 6.
He's on one of the best runs ever.
Yeah.
Like, for a pitcher of all time. Like, that's what we're seeing day in and day out when Tarek Skubal takes the bump. And this was against the Cubs. Like, they had the best lineup.
Yeah.
They were putting up the most runs in baseball entering the series. So, if they can do this against the Cubs, that's why, I just see some people that aren't already, bought in, on Twitter, about this team. And I'm like, what else do you want from this team besides getting swept in L.A. to start the season? This team has handled business against the Padres, the Yankees, now the Cubs. You saw us sweep the Giants. What else do you need to get bought in on this team? Maybe it is that other right-handed bat to ultimately make another upgrade.
That's it for me.
But, I mean, they're still just taking care of business, day in and day out. Everyone was low on them when they split with the White Sox. What'd they do? Took 2 out of 3 against the second-best team in baseball.
Yeah. No, that's World Series-wise, that's it for me. A little bit more offense. I didn't freak out on the team this weekend, but I mean, you guys in the group chat, the offense, going back to the KC series, outside the one Chicago game, it's kind of been a little, not there sometimes. Even Scooble, he has the worst run support ever. I don't get it. Every time he starts, everyone decides not to hit.
Tigers will lose 1-0.
It makes no sense.
He gets off the mound, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and they lose 1-0.
It's dumb, but that's the
That's
only
normally
thing for
how
me.
it works. I don't know why that's how it works in baseball, but I mean, most of the time you're seeing the other team's ace. Sometimes that's how it goes, where Scooble will be on the mound of the other team's throwing one of their best pitchers as well. So,
nice shirt, Nicholas.
how did he say it?
I read
Nicholas.
it. Wasn't going to be said in this booth. I will promise you that.
No, I agree with you guys, though. I think they are still a bat away. I think if you go, I've talked about it. You go out there and you get Bo Bichette and you get your Aroldis Chapman, I think you're the favorite to win the World Series. I think that's what you got to do.
You got to pick one. Who is it?
Bo Bichette. Not even close.
You got an 8 and 9
Same for
guy.
you.
8th and 9th inning guy.
Yeah, you got two
Yeah,
lockdown
two.
bullpen
Yeah.
arms.
And
yeah.
they're complete opposites. You just gotta.
Yeah.
You got
Fireballer and the changeup expert.
Yeah, if you see Canley in the 8th just pumping change up after change up after change up, then you just got boom fireballs.
Yeah.
High heat.
Yeah,
With a nasty
Vest
slider.
coming in there throwing 97 to
And it's
100.
crazy, they got
Looking
this-
all over the
yeah.
place. Yeah, dude.
You relax, dude.
You don't know.
I just
The
said
batter
it's
can't
crazy.
read his eyes. They don't know where the ball's coming. He's not even looking at the plate. Dude, I love Will Vest. I honestly, he should be on my drink a beer with list. Love Will Vest. He's a fucking little maniac, dude, and he throws heat. And all he does, he comes on the mound, he says, here's fucking 97 in the strike zone. Hit it, pussy. And most of the time they don't.
You know what's crazy
Yeah.
is maybe that's what made Scherzer great all these years.
Yeah.
Fucking little eye switch.
Dude, he's a lunatic. Fucking two different
he's
colored
actually
eyes. Looking at that
psychopath, too.
what?
You know, I just started watching for the first time ever. I've never seen in my life Major League. Never seen
What?
it.
The
Never
movie?
seen it.
Dude, you gotta watch Major League. That is an all-time sports movie.
But you know what's tripping me out? They're talking about the 96-mile fastball. I'm like, whoa. Because now that's not.
Dude, when
It's not a fast. I mean, it's still a fastball, but
when Joel Zumaya was in the league, I remember when he was at the peak of his abilities, it was 100+ mile per hour pitches thrown. It was Joel Zumaya over 100, and then the second place guy had 35.
it's insane.
Now you have 3 guys on every team who throw over 100 miles an hour at least, and
It's just wild.
it's just not. It used to be crazy.
That's like when people talk about the greats. I really wish at time machine just pop them in a lineup and see what's going on.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if Babe Ruth
Oh, we know him.
guy
for
in the
sure.
batter's box against Tarek Skubal, he would shit his pants, bro. He wouldn't know what to do. You're seeing 100 miles an hour.
Guys today are shitting their pants with Gary School.
And then you're seeing a curve or a changeup with fucking 22 inches of horizontal break. Like, he's not going to know what to do with that. He was seeing 65 mile per hour slop balls getting thrown over the middle of the plate, and he's like, yeah, I'll hit this one out. Man. No.
What was Randy Johnson's fastball?
I mean, it had to have hit 100. It killed a bird, dude.
He did kill a bird.
It killed a bird. I saw a lot of people trying to take victory laps against you, Spenny, for the Kerry Carpenter take. He had the most unreal defensive weekend of his lifetime. But people were trying to take laps. Kerry's not a Gold Glove right fielder. He's not. But he made some great plays.
He almost blew that play.
That
That was like I'm happy he caught it. It was
hating.
a good athletic play to reach up and catch it. He almost blew that one big time. Like, that shouldn't have been as difficult as a play as it was. The throw, though, that was a very good throw. I will not take no bones about that.
Best throw he's had
That
in
was
his
by
career.
far the best throw of his career. That was a seed right to home plate. But I saw this guy post the highlights of, like, I can't remember the highlights exactly of what it was, but it's like somebody making routine plays look extremely difficult to get people to clap for him. And that's what the Kerry thing was. Like, he should have been standing right under that and caught it. But he made it, like I said, good athletic play to jump up and catch it. But, man, got to pick him up and put him down a little faster than that and get to the corner.
Peak of his abilities.
Great throw, though.
Yeah.
Great throw to get the guy at home.
Super well needed.
That was a seed.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
nobody
was
in
trouble.
the Tigers outfield has an arm.
Riley had a great catch on the Friday, too.
Riley's a gem, dude. He makes
Yeah.
those plays look.
He had a great catch. Parker Meadows, Air Meadows once again.
Yeah.
Parker
That's
Meadows, that was
Javi.
funny too. Somebody said, "My goat aura farming with the bases loaded." 'Cause he just jumped to catch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want 2 baseball segments, let me know in the comment section right now. Otherwise, we got to let this one out because Jack Flaherty's been on one lately.
He has been on one lately.
We were speaking of freaking out early. We kind of were freaking out a little bit about Flaherty.
I
he's back to-
was never freaking out.
You just got quiet though. You got
No.
real quiet.
He did get real
Spenny just
quiet.
loved fucking talking shit after every bad
What do you
start.
mean?
We're trading him. He's not going to be here.
It'd be better for his trade value if he was pitching well.
He's not going anywhere. He's going to start game 2 of the World Series.
No, he's not going to get traded.
Yeah, literally, he's been elite. I don't know if we're going to dive into it right now or after, but
Was the chat
whatever
saying
we
they want
do,
another baseball segment?
let
or
it-
are they doing it now?
Steve-O, the third Mighty Ducks is the best one. For sure. D3. Got to. You got to go there. What'd you say, though?
I said, I don't know if
Nick wants him traded?
Chat's doing it. No, I don't know.
Do
If
you
we're
want to
talking
do the
about it or
baseball
not.
segment?
Yeah, we talk about,
Okay. All right. All right. We get back
Let's
to
talk
Jack
about
Flaherty.
Flaherty. First, tell us about merch.
Merch.
All right, we're talking about merch. You already know. If you need some new Detroit sports gear, Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, anything you need, go to woodwardsports.com, click shop, hoodies, hats, tees. We got everything you need. Again, that's woodwardsports.com, click shop.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you will. We got This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. from Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. They got deals for everybody. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month, or a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month. Don't forget the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation, $169 per month. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to lesstanford.com to check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Les Stanford, together. Let's ride.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. He's Joe Mustin, Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Luke Skywalker. No, the pro comps. Just gaining up there. We also got Birdie in the building. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Jack Flaherty got some numbers for you, Spinny.
Yeah.
His last 3 starts, 18 innings pitched.
That's pretty good.
1 earned run.
That's really good.
21 strikes.
That's pretty good.
And he's 3-0.
That's really good.
That is really good. He's back. I think maybe it took some time. Maybe getting back with Chris better. I don't know. He started the season hot though too.
Yeah, it's just baseball, man. And Jack Flaherty's always been kind of a streaky guy. You know, he's had seasons where, like last year for the Tigers, he looked like a Cy Young contender, and then when we traded him to the Dodgers, he fell off a little bit, and then eventually got back to where he was going into the playoffs. So, yeah, no, he's just a streaky pitcher, and he's hot right now. So hopefully he can keep that going. He's looked really good. The velocity's back to where you like to see it, and he's striking out guys. So that's what you need. You saw the velocity dip a little bit, and I think that's where people really started getting concerns, and he stopped getting as much swing and miss as we used to see out of him. So now that he's back to where he is, Tiger staff is full force. We just need Reese Olson to come back and
Why do you say it like that?
full force. We just need Reese Olson to come back, and then we'll be good to go.
Nick, you grew quiet, but you never grew tired. Your boy's shining right now. Take
Yeah.
your victory lap.
I mean, there's no victory lap to be had yet until he ends this season with a sub-3 ERA, being a top 5 to 10 pitcher in the American League.
Full force.
That is when the full force will come out of the victory lap. And in the last 5 starts, he has a 1.78 ERA.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty good.
that is damn good. He's got 35 Ks in 30 and a third inning. And we talked about the velocity. I thought velocity, that was a great point there, Spencer. And I think the biggest thing to me to pair with that velocity is his knuckle curve. The RPMs that he's getting on it right now, the ability to get swing and miss, it's insane right now what he's doing. Like the knuckle curve I would put up there with, it's not close to Tarek Skubal's changeups. That's the best pitch in baseball. But when it comes to strictly a breaking ball, Jack Flaherty's knuckle curve when it's on is one of the nastiest pitches in the MLB. And that is what he is getting a lot of his strikeouts on right now. To pair that with the velocity back up on his fastball, and he still has to limit the walks. He's still walking up a few people here and there. Just get the control a little bit better, and he ultimately will, I believe, be the top 10 pitcher in the American League that this team can go into a World Series game with, or an ALCS, and have 2 of the best pitchers taking the mound.
Kind of want to buy a motorcycle.
No, you should
Vroom,
not
vroom.
buy a motorcycle. As your
Not
friend,
like a crotch rocket.
I advise against it. You'd be dope on a Harley.
That's what I'm saying.
Like old school. You
Like
have to get the goatee back.
My dad's got a Honda Shadow. That thing's fucking sweet, but it is a boat, and it is big, and I would not want that to be my first bike. Like, I've ridden dirt bikes and stuff before, but
Just don't take it to fucking Coonan.
yeah,
That's my worry.
that's fair. Yeah, no, I'm not getting a motorcycle.
Yeah, no.
I'd pull some fucking nasty tail if I had a motorcycle.
You should take it just for the bitches.
Yeah, I would get sued.
And then let it be disappointed. Like, yeah, I only ride that like once a week.
Yeah.
That's for you. Maybe they feel special.
Nah.
Shout out to an OG in the Woodward Sports chat, Scott Klingler, long time.
Let's Scott call.
Let's Scott call. He asked, I think this is a phenomenal question. Who's more likely to bring home a title? The Tigers or the Lions right now?
Shout out Chris for this question after you left the bar when we had the show.
Oh, damn.
Baseball savant.
Yeah,
Okay,
baseball
so I'm
savant brought
eliminated.
this
Yeah.
up, too.
This sounds
Yeah,
like.
it's true. That was the baseball
Oh,
savant's question after
well,
you abandoned
I
us.
think it's for the family that abandoned me. Oh! I think it's the Tigers.
I think so too.
Oh! No, what?
The more I'm thinking about it, like,
Look at the Pistons stats.
I just think the odds are in the Tigers' favor. I don't know because it's harder to win a Super Bowl, I think, than a World Series because Super Bowl, if you show up and you don't have it that day, you lose and you go home.
Yeah.
In a baseball series, if you show up and you don't have it that day, you lose and then you got game 2. So I think it's a lot more difficult to win a Super Bowl because of the rigors of an NFL season.
Whoa.
And because it's one and done in the playoffs, where sorry, the rigors of an NFL season, and it's one and done in the playoffs. So, like I said, if you don't have your stuff one day, you'll just get sent home. But I think the Lions are a more complete team than the Tigers.
I don't know.
But the Tigers, I feel like statistically I don't know. See, because
It's tough, dude.
I think it'd be easier to beat the Lions on one day than it would be to beat the Tigers in a 7-game series.
I think that's fair. I think baseball is probably the hardest to win in, simply because you never really see repeat champions. It's always like somebody else, like every year. But yeah, I think between the pitching staff, bullpen, AJ making the calls, like there's some questions about the Detroit Lions right now. Like there are straight up, like, yeah, we're stacked.
Tough NFL season too.
Tough NFL season. It's tough. And I don't even care about the schedule. Even like it's in the playoffs. Like there's some questions on offensive coordinator. There's some questions outside of Aiden Hudson. You could maybe even have some questions about the defensive coordinator. Although that's going to be a topic later on the show today. I think the defense is going to be fine. I'm honestly maybe more comfortable with the defense than anything. But yeah, I just think there's a lot more questions right now with the Detroit Lions than there are the Tigers.
Jesus.
What?
Chet.
Oh, getting you?
Yeah. Cartier says hard R is crazy. Terrell Slaughter said, LOL, damn, Spenny. All right, let's relax here. But no.
It is a predominantly black league.
It is a predominantly black league.
Luke, you weren't there that day. Who do you got winning the title first? Or who are you more confident in?
I feel like the Tigers probably got it. I mean, they're the best team in baseball right now. And like Spenny said, it's so hard to win a Super Bowl because if you have one bad game, one bad play can completely determine a game. So, I don't know. I think the Lions, it'll be more difficult for them to win a Super Bowl than the Tigers to win the series.
I mean, look at the Lions last year. They had, even with all of the injury, they had a 15-win team. You're going up against a rookie quarterback, and you had a bad game. Jared Goff had a bad game, flat out. Picked a bad day to have his bad game. Yeah. Ben Johnson had a bad game, and they're gone, and they're at home. If you go into the Dodgers matchup or the ALDS, which it would be technically, against the Guardians or whoever, and you have a bad game, Riley Green has a bad game, AJ Hinch has a bad game, you get to go home and come back the next day. So I just think it's so hard to win a Super Bowl, man, that it's more likely for the Tigers to win a World Series.
I don't disagree with you, but I also want to say, Scooble, you had your horse on the mound in Cleveland with a chance to go to the ALCS. With a chance to go to the ALCS, you wouldn't want anything more, but Scooble ultimately gave up a big grand slam. Like, in baseball, crazy shit happens all of the time. And I think back to, like, football, like a team like the Giants ultimately beat the undefeated Patriots. Like, crazy shit can happen in that,
undefeated
too.
Patriots, arguably the best team of all time. And they got beat by the Giants.
But the Lions,
it's hard to win
in the same argument, Jared Goff, 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
At home. You know?
Yeah, this is such a I mean, it's great that we can have this conversation because they're both legitimate championship contenders, which is great because we've come such a long way. I'm going to go with the Tigers because I ultimately think that this team's going to add, and they have the firepower to do so. We don't see Brad Holmes trading first-rounders.
No.
That's not what he does.
No.
And ultimately, the Tigers have the picks, if you want to call it that, a.k.a. the top prospects that can bring you in serious talent that can put this team over the top. Already the best team in baseball to give you that firepower in the bullpen, firepower on the left side of the infield that you can put, 3 to 5 in your lineup that can drive in runs in the playoffs in a clutch situation.
That's another thing. If we're looking at, like, specifically right now, Lions and Tigers, or if we're looking at overarching football to baseball, Like, it is so much easier to acquire talent in the MLB than it is the NFL. Look at the Texas Rangers a couple years ago. They literally woke up and said, we want to win the World Series. They bought all of the best players, and they won the World Series. Like, that's what you can do in baseball that you can't do in any other sport. Now, the Tigers aren't going to do that because we know that little Chrissy likes his pizza money too much.
Pizza.
But I'm just saying that is an option in baseball. If you really want to, you can buy a World Series. The Yankees have been doing it for their whole existence.
And they haven't won one recently.
The Dodgers just did it last year. They're probably going to do it again this year.
You got to get the right guys in there ultimately.
Yeah, but you can still, if you get 4 MVPs in your lineup, you're probably going to win the World Series.
You're at least going to go there like we were doing.
Yeah.
In like
and the Rangers, the year before they won it, they were ass with everybody. No, they had like everybody that they bought. They had I don't even think they made the playoffs. And then the year after, something just clicks within that squad where Simeon goes off, Seager goes off, or Adolis Garcia goes off, Evaldi's a horse. Like, then they were able to lean on him. No, I swear. They're real guys that they paid a lot of money for.
Yeah.
But, they ultimately finally
I forgot Robbie Grossman was on that fucking team, dude.
Yeah, we traded him. I think we got Chafin for him, no?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but
but they bought Corey Seager. They bought Adolis Garcia.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest with you, I think the Lions have like the third most cap space right now.
And I think also in football though, like you can trade like a 4th-round pick for a star if that dude's disgruntled and has a big contract.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Yeah.
Doesn't really happen like that in baseball.
Go get a Chase Young for a fucking cap story pick.
Yeah, that fans would bitch about.
Dude.
You could get Zadarius Smith for a 4th or 5th, whatever it was.
Could go full force if you wanted.
Full force.
Maybe we'll talk about the Lions with the cap space next, but Feist, tell us about White Claw.
White Claw. Calling all Tigers fans, join us for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Woodward Sports will be heading for the top bars in Detroit to watch the Tigers game live on the network. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, June 13th for our second stop of the tour at Nemo's Bar in Detroit. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to the hottest team in baseball. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson Law.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
All right, Spinny. I was doing a little homework over the weekend for another job that we have. And I happened to come across the numbers for Brian Branch.
Yeah.
And I know you know them, but I want to present them to the class, if you will. Brian Branch.
I'm back, bitches!
Is the only defensive back with 100-plus tackles, 15 pass breakups, and 5 tackles for loss. In the last 100 years.
By the numbers.
What the fuck? He could have been all-pro. Oh, man.
Should have been all-pro. Who did it before him?
Don't know.
We got to find that guy.
Because I was looking at Brian Branch's numbers, and I feel like there's even some shit you could throw on there, too. It's probably fucking Genghis Khan. I mean, 100 years is a long time.
That's not that long.
100 years is a long-ass time.
Yeah, but not Genghis Khan.
I know, obviously. I've been playing fucking Ghost of Tsushima. All right, give me a break.
Shut up.
But just it gave me like a perspective of like how fucking good Brian Branch is.
Yeah.
He's coming back, obviously. Kirby's still got. Aiden's coming back healthy. Obviously, he's going to suck a little bit without Aleem until around December or so. But you got Tyler
Marcus
Williams,
Davenport,
who your general manager and head coach called Aleem 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marcus Davenport. He's nice when he's healthy. Let me not do that. DJ Reader. And DJ Reader.
What about Reediest?
The Reediest, we not yet to sign.
Gotta find one.
You got to find one. He's out there somewhere.
Somewhere, for sure.
Probably plays linebacker. You have every level of that, too.
That would be clutch.
Like fucking Pokemon evolutions. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, this defense, Smitty, is going to be pretty fucking good. We heard the stories from OTAs that the defense is well ahead of the offense at this point, and that makes sense. You got a new offensive coordinator. You're working some things out. Amon-Ra wasn't there, but Calvin Shepard's been there for the longest. He's got that. He's got everything locked out. He knows what works with these guys, these players. There's no filling out process. I was thinking about it over the weekend after I found that out. I could see a world where the defense might be better than the offense, or like I think it could be up for debate.
I think you're. Just die. No.
Smash the like button to save Spencer's life right now. 200 likes.
200 likes and we'll give him the antidote.
Dude, remember that shit on Facebook? Like, this doctor will save this kid's life if this hits 200 likes.
Yeah.
He's going to let her die? Like, what the fuck?
Okay. No, I don't think you're crazy. Remember last year when the team was healthy at the beginning of the year, we were having that debate. Who was better, the defense or the offense? The defense was performing at a top 5 level. Like, they were absolutely insane when healthy. So, no, I don't think you're crazy, but we'll see, because they're going to be seeing a lot more high-powered offenses and quarterbacks than they were last year.
A lot more defenses, too.
A lot more, yeah. We're probably not going to have any. We're probably not going to have any 56-0 blowouts. Like, that's probably fair to assume. So maybe that kind of evens out the level of team you're playing. But yeah, I don't think you're crazy.
I just can't get the Ravens out of the forefront of my mind when it comes to the schedule. Week 3, that one is too. I'm happy to get it out the fucking way.
Get out of the way, dude.
Yeah, get it
Rip the
fuck out
Band-Aid.
there. Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off. But I mean, they might not be the same. You know, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that game though. Where you at with this one, Luke?
I think it is entirely based on how much you value Ben Johnson. I think, like, I take a look at our offense and I don't see any holes. Other than maybe you could say the offensive line, but not really. I got to see how the rookies play first. But
damn, I didn't include that part. That's true.
There's no holes on our offense. So if they can just get it together with our new offensive coordinator, I mean, it's like nothing changed since last season.
Yeah, and we've seen, like, Johnny Morton has done it before in the league with a extremely bad surrounding cast. Like, first of all, his coaches were trying to sabotage him mid-season because they didn't get the job and he did. He was brought in outside of the organization, so all of the coaches that he had from that Jets regime were trying to sabotage him because they wanted the job. And he was working with Robbie Anderson, Bilal Powell, Josh McCown, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, and Jermaine Kearse. So I know we all love we have very fond memories of Jermaine Kearse, which I actually do. I have a really funny Jermaine Kearse story about Darius and him owing my dad a blowjob. But so Johnny Morton is battle tested before, albeit just 1 year. But what he did with those guys, I'm excited to see what he can do with this offense. But like you said, dude, this defense, when healthy, is one of the best defenses in the league. So
yeah, let me pull up the schedule real quick, actually. Nick, where you at?
Lions fans,
get ready to see the best offense in the NFL once again for the second consecutive season. That's where I'm at. This isn't even a question at all. I know we have the pieces on the defensive side of the ball, but we still need to see what that defensive line looks like, and especially
we
with
saw
Aleem
it last
out,
year in the
with
beginning of the year. It was
Aleem out.
phenomenal.
Well, we don't know what Aleem looks like yet.
We don't know what Ratledge is going to look like yet. We don't even know who's starting at center right now.
Mahogany, Glasgow, right guard, plug anybody next to Sewell. He's going to be an elite.
I don't hate that argument.
And hear me out here. The reason, because we know the running game is going to be good with Gibbs and Montgomery. Is anybody going to argue that we're going to have a top 5 running game?
No.
To pair with that, you are entering Super Saiyan Jared Goff dad strength mode, where he's going to be able to throw deep bombs down the field.
All right.
We haven't seen it yet. Hear me out.
haven't
There's a
seen
little
it yet.
Tinfoil
I
hat
promise it's
conspiracy
coming.
theory. It's coming for sure. The dad strength golf era is going to be upon us, and we're going to see it this season with Jamison Williams.
Yeah, you lost me, brother. You had me in the first half.
Dude, is dad strength a thing?
Dad strength is
you
a
are
thing.
the only dad in
strength
this
is a
room.
thing.
Yeah.
Is it a thing?
Swear by the dad straight.
Is it a thing?
Yeah. I'd say so, yeah.
Do you think Jared Goff needs
I
a
don't
little
think you go
extra
football
strength?
further. Huh?
Do you think Jared Goff needs a little extra strength on his downfield throws?
Yeah, you're trying to give me crucified.
Do you think it could ultimately be a thing?
No.
I think you're dead wrong.
You're dead wrong.
So you're expecting Jared Goff MVP season?
No, I just think he might be able to. I think he gains a little strength from having a kid. Honestly,
I don't
really do.
I think you may be able to talk your shit, but not because of Jared Goff's strength. I think the play call is going to happen a lot more with Johnny Moe. Just like in 22, you saw those deep balls to Chark. Now you got a Jamison Williams in that scenario. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think there's a lot more questions of the offense right now than the defense, and obviously that's you saw it play out in OTAs. But granted, there are some things in OTAs.
I think there's only like one question about both of them.
Two for the offense. The offensive line and play calls.
I'm not worried about play calling.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. I'm saying it's not gonna be the S tier that you had last year.
Yeah, we're not gonna get trick plays. Cool. We're gonna run the ball on third and 2. I'm cool with that.
And then here goes your second question. Your offensive line.
I'm not worried about the offensive line when it comes to running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you still gotta run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot more questions on offense than our defense right now. And honestly, I was thinking about it too, like in OTAs, like there's not even offensive line, defensive line, not even there. Like Goff's throwing all day.
Yeah.
You know,
Haven't
for the
seen
defense to get the better of him in that situation. Like,
I want to see Tate fucking manhandle
I
some
wanna see
dudes
him too.
in OTAs. Like I want to see that nastiness because that's what he like. Go watch his tape. He is a nasty blocker. So
yeah, he is.
I want to see him get fucking grimy with those big dogs in there.
Yeah, I'm about to get shot right now.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Looking at us like we're fucking zoo animals.
Which one is that?
Dude,
Because I'm gonna get it right up in ya.
whenever they bring fucking like sponsors around and like or people that are maybe going to be sponsors and they're like showing them around, we're all sitting in that back room with a windowed in. There's like 5 of us in there, like a fucking 4x3 room, and they always bring some people.
Oh yeah, I used to hate that.
They never open the door. They just
You're
look
like,
at us
yeah.
through the glass. They're like, "There's the freaks in the back."
They're fucking picking bugs off
Yeah,
each other's bags.
we're sitting back there like, you feel like zoo animals back there.
Yes, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a question. And obviously, I'm not going to beat up anybody too bad for what side you take. Right now, currently, I'm on the defensive side. I just think there's less questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad either way.
And the Brian Branch stuff, too, like, I legitimately think we might have one of the best, if not the best secondary in the National Football League this year because they're so complete.
I think
and then you go, like, the second string guys I have faith in, too.
I think we have the best skill room in the NFL.
Yes.
When you look at 2 guys that
Top
I
five,
think
yeah.
are going to be in the top 7 for receivers next year, at the very least, top 5, I would even say.
Yeah.
When you look at, I think they have by far the best running back tandem and the best running back in the league, and I think they have a top
Yeah, chill out. You're just
4,
so disrespecting Saquon Barkley.
top 4, top 5 tight end in the league.
But we do have the best running back in the league, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without fucking question.
So it's,
What are the
I
secondaries?
mean, we're arguably the best team on paper in the NFL. So
In chat, feel free to get involved in this one. I want to know, like, what other secondaries rival the Detroit Lions right now? Because I really, off the top of my head, I couldn't even, maybe KC?
maybe KC,
But then you
Philly
really
got
talking,
the young guns.
Philly,
Oh, Philly. That's great. That's a great pull.
Baltimore,
Thank you.
Who's their corners? Nate Wiggins?
Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins.
Yeah.
Steelers got a
good.
pretty good secondary.
Steelers.
Steelers,
Fitzpatrick.
yeah.
Deshaun Elliott, who we had here once upon a time. One of those one-year Flyers. Yeah, you know, I'll take Baltimore and Philly. Not over them. I'm saying, like, I'll
Up there with them,
in
yeah.
the chat, yeah. Philly probably the only one rivaling us, really, though, from, like, 1 through done.
Oh, dude, Baltimore's pretty good.
Baltimore's there, too. Because I do like Nate Wiggins a lot.
Yeah.
And they drafted Malachi Starks.
They got Malachi Starks and
they got
Kyle
Mike
Hamilton.
Green, week 3. Oh, shit, son.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They got Malachi Starks and
Kyle Hamilton
and
Mike Green.
Mike Green.
If Mike Green goes off, like, and just has, like, an unreal start
You're
to his
crashing
career
out.
in the first, like, couple, like, weeks, does that make me, like, a bad person still? That's saying, like,
I just think you fucked up on the expectation that it was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? Like, undersized,
Denver's up there, yeah.
you know, SA stuff going on. That was never. Like we have a female team owner. That was never going to be a draft pick.
Yeah, never was going to happen.
Ever. Never, ever, 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 ever.
He gets a game-winning sack in a Super Bowl. Yeah, but he's a shit guy.
I mean, that's how it is here. I mean,
that's how it works.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, I had to listen. Trust me, I had to watch Jalen Carter go win-win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we did just fucking deal with literally last year. Dealt with that same pain.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna die on this hill about the guy. I just thought he was a fucking good player, which I think you guys did too. But.
Yeah, he's a good player for sure. I don't think there's any denying that.
Yeah, I saw Tyleek in person.
Craig in the
Tyleek's
Woodward
got
Sports
some
chat.
size.
Tyleek's big dude.
Yeah, he is big. I saw him on the field. Didn't say, yo,
oh, yeah,
did
that's
see
right,
the crash out
pitch.
video.
Craig in the Woodward Sports chat says, no, your short sleeve cord sweater makes you a bad person.
They're having a field day with the shirts.
That's
today.
a nice shirt. I like that shirt.
Come on, Craig.
That's a funny
bad
comment,
energy, man.
But that's a very nice shirt.
Had to look nice today.
Yeah.
To say the
Which
least.
shirt is better, the U-neck that Chris wore or what Nick's
Oh,
wearing?
that
What Nick's wearing by far.
Chris's U-neck was.
I can wear this.
Chris
down
had to
on the
retire
field.
that.
Chris had to
yeah.
throw the shirt away. That's how bad it was.
That's like a thing, you know? Like, I mean, he could rock that.
That's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
That's just a funny comment.
Yeah. Great comment. All right. Going to break. Coming back. More Detroit Lions, but not before you tell us about the socials.
All right. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everything. Go leave likes. Help brother out, you know?
Sports fan, Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak. Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Belegian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media. X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
How would you guys like to win your first bet back,
Or like when you're
even
filling up
in
a
a
water
loss?
balloon?
All you do is win when you bet with Caesar Sportsbook for your first time and use the promo code Woodward1000. Just scan the QR code or visit CaesarSportsbook.com. Again, code word Woodward1000 gets you a bonus bet up to $1,000 if you lose your first one. If you're like me, you bought into a little bit of Sean O'Malley hype. It wouldn't hurt you so bad
Would've got it back.
this morning. You would have got it back.
Or Pinky Waters or whoever the hell Jeff was telling
Oh
people
my
about.
God, Patchy Mix. Why did I listen to him? He had me sold. Jeff had me thinking this guy's gonna be the next fucking champion.
That sounds like a South Dub DJ. Patchy
Yeah.
Mix.
It does.
Yo, Patchy Mix on the beat, spinning the best Yin Yang Twins and Eminem you've ever heard.
It does sound exactly like that. Yeah, some guy from Bellator coming in.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And he's like 30.
Oh, God.
30-something.
Those guys get those are lambs to the slaughter, dude.
Yeah. If you're coming from another organization, if you came in from another organization at like 20-something,
Then maybe you got it.
Coming at 30-something,
You're
brother,
just
you weren't in the
getting
UFC for a reason. Yeah. Like, I mean, look at Chandler. He's probably the best one to come from Bellator off the top of my head. And
Absolutely.
he's getting fucking wrecked every other week. He's just fun because he doesn't quit fighting.
Yeah.
He's like Stan Marsh. I hear no bell.
Randy Marsh. But
Randy Marsh.
Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah. Sugar's good, and Rob is just different. Absolutely correct. Rob's amazing. But back to the Detroit Lions. I was giving Chris some time because we had a video from Amon-Ra St. Brown. This kind of goes back to something I was speculating on a few weeks ago from his own words, Sam Laporta, and this is Amon-Ra speaking on the matter. Who he thinks will step up the most this year?
But a guy that, I'm excited for is Sam Laporta. I feel like, his rookie year, obviously everyone knows he did his rookie year, and then last year, I feel like he didn't, he maybe didn't get the amount of targets that he wanted. And I know, he doesn't have to say it, but I know how Laporta feels. I know what it's like when you know you're a dude and you feel like, you can make more plays for the team and help the team win. Not taking anything from what he did last year. He's a baller, but I can tell this year, like, he's making plays out there every day. I feel like he's gonna have a big year.
When we came
crazy. Like, this offense is the skill players are too fucking good. Like, how many guys gonna have big years now? We got Sam Laporta, we got Jameson Williams. I don't know, man. I feel a little bit ridiculous saying it every single time, but like I also feel validated. I think these guys are that good across the board.
Yeah.
What I miss?
Nothing. We'll tell you a break. Yeah, I agree. It's crazy when I say, like, I think Jameson Williams is going to be first-team All-Pro, and I put money on Jahmyr Gibbs to win Offensive Player of the Year, and, like, Sam Laporta is going to – there's just so many good players that – what is Jared Goff going to throw for 5,500 yards? Like, he might. Honestly, he very well could. Like, this guy – Johnny Morton gave career best numbers to Josh McCown. So if he can make him look good, he can make Jared Goff look like Salma Hayek. Like, I just think that there are so many weapons in this offense that maybe it's not going to be the same guy every week. But when you look at what Johnny Morton likes, he likes the explosive playmakers. And you have probably the two most explosive playmakers in the NFL on the same team when you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams. And I believe that Johnny Morton and this offense are going to feed those two guys, because if you get the ball in their hands more than 10 times in a game, they're going to score a touchdown. That's just like the math. So I think that those are the two guys that are going to be seeing a boatload of carries and a boatload of touches in this offense, because they are just deadly with the ball in their hands, and they can score a touchdown on any play.
Yeah. Talking about Gibbs and
J-Mo.
Yeah, I think Laporta's more – it's kind of the situation we discussed the other day. Like, the chemistry – it's kind of tough to even put out there because it's like an elite level, like literally a Super Bowl fucking champion, 4-time over elite level. But the Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes pairing, how they could just bullshit stuff in the middle of like chaos. I think we're getting there with Jared Goff and Sam Laporta. And I think you saw a little bit of last year in the Commanders game.
Yeah.
Like, that was like Jared Goff was in a little bit of trouble, tossed it out there. Sam Laporta said, one-handed that bitch. It was disgusting.
That was a nasty
disgusting. Yeah, out of the midair. You know what I'm saying? I think Sam Laporta's situations, and Amon-Ra's for that matter too, would be very similar in terms of like third down, red zone.
Yes.
Red zone. We're going to you guys.
Yeah, red zone. It's Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta.
And honestly, they're the most sure-handed guys in the situations too.
Absolutely.
Like short yardage situation, that's what you want. But don't get it twisted, as you said. Like, when you need a big play, or you're drawing up something to catch them off guard, it's Jahmyr and J-Mo all day.
Mm-hmm. And you have such a good balance, because you've got, like I said, probably the two most explosive offensive playmakers in the NFL on the same team. And then you've got two guys that are about as sure-handed as it gets. And they are both on such a good accord with Jared Goff that I don't know if we want to get into this. But this year is going to be is going to tell you a lot about Jared Goff. I saw, I think Woodward put it out there, and they said, who's got the most to prove on this Detroit Lions team? And I'm looking at Jared Goff as that guy.
Wow.
Because you have played elite-level football the past couple of years. You've got every single playmaker you can ask for in this offense. You've got a new offensive coordinator. So offensive coordinator. So this is going to be on you. a lot of it because he's going to take your say. You're going to have a lot more dictation in what the offense looks like.
Well, with the protections as well.
And with the protections. And you don't have the number one offensive line in the NFL to rely on anymore. He's going to have to step up. He's going to have to make some uncomfortable off-platform throws in big situations. And I know it's like, what else can this guy prove? That's going to be Neil and Stick's argument. He can prove that he can go out there and win a Super Bowl. That's what he's got to prove.
Yeah.
And like I said, I believe he will. I believe he'll step up. I believe he's going to rise to the occasion. But somebody that's got something to prove on this team, who's got the most to prove, I'm looking at JG.
Yeah, it's
to be that guy, to be that elite quarterback that takes every weapon you have, which you have a better repertoire of weapons than literally anybody else in the NFL. The offensive line is going to take a step back, so you need to propel yourself even further higher and go out there and win some games that maybe they would have lost, or maybe it's down to that last drive in a playoff game, and you step up, or it's 3rd and 2, and they call a pass play, and your first option's not there. You got to make something happen. So it's not like he needs to step up to be a good player, because he's obviously a great player. It is specific situational things that we're going to be asking from him, and that is fair to do with where the Lions are right now, because you're nitpicking because we're one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's been playing at such a high level that you got to get nitpicky.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, most approve. People probably gonna be surprised at this for me. I think he's proven to a certain extent. But if you're talking about that next, I don't have him that next level though, like Neil and Stick do.
Yeah.
So if you have him in that level, then there's some shit to be proven because he has to show you that. To me, I think he is who he is, which is good enough. I don't think he's hampering you at all. Maybe in certain like big time moments, yes, but I think you're good enough of a team where you don't have to find yourself in those big time moments. Like you should be dominating or up comfortably, or like I just avoid that situation at all costs. I definitely think he's under the most pressure, though, from going back from just calling the protections and having every single weapon behind you. Like, there's just no excuse for you. There's just no more excuses. Even last year, like, I'll use it when I'm arguing a Commanders fan. We don't lose because of defense in that playoff game.
No.
Lost because of turnover.
He lost because he turned the ball over 5 times.
And so, yeah, the pressure for sure. Prove, I guess it depends on how you're viewing them. Chris, you want to say something?
Yeah, I would kind of apply that most to prove to J-Mo in the fact that in the fact that I think he has the potential to be one of the best wide receivers on this planet. And right now he's used as a very good second wide receiver. So that puts you we did the list all year last year. It's a top that put him he was probably a top 20 by numbers wide receiver last year, 25 somewhere in that range. Maybe a little bit higher, but you're looking at a guy that was in that range that we're talking about. You can be your own guy on your own team, one of the best. Amon-Ra is a top 5 questionable, undebatable wide receiver, in my opinion, in this league. And you're looking at J-Mo as somebody that can match that. So to me, I would say he has the most to prove because I like the point you brought up about Goff. I feel that way about Goff. Goff is good enough. I think that yes, he's under pressure, but I would say most to prove, I would say J-Mo because he's the one with the higher ceiling than Goff relative to their positions.
I don't know. I just think Jared Goff has so much more dictation on the Detroit Lions' success and failure than Jameson Williams does. Like, J-Mo can do everything perfectly, and if they don't throw him the ball or the ball doesn't get there, then it's not on him. Jared Goff, every single play is more, 90% of the offensive plays, 99% of the offensive plays, he's going to be touching the ball. So, yeah, I think he's ready for it, and I think he's going to step up and do it. But with the offensive line, he's not going to have the ability to just sit back there and let the game come to him. He's going to have to go take some first downs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a point there to be with J-Mo, but, I mean, what's pretty saying in terms of, like, the do or die of the team.
Yeah.
The responsibility is always on the quarterback's hand that one. But I'm thinking with you, too. I think J-Mo definitely has something to prove, too. Because listen to Brad Holmes talk this summer. Didn't necessarily sound like he's plans in the future for sure, beyond the next 2 years. And so by that measure,
not in a rush to pay him.
Yeah, by that measure, there's some stuff to prove there.
And I think it's ceiling to me too. Like I think that I'm not disagreeing with what Spencer's saying, but I do think that Goff has kind of proven the range that he is in. So again, it's all how you look at proven, but like J-Mo is somebody that I look at as a very, very high ceiling, where I think Goff, we know his ceiling right now. It's just about getting it done. That's my perspective on it.
We haven't seen his ceiling yet, fellas.
J-Mo?
Dad arm.
Dad strength coming.
Oh,
incoming.
shit.
No, but I'm right there with Spencer where I believe it's Jared Goff because there's no more excuses. You know, at a point you do just have to be the guy, put up or shut up, and the last time we saw him out there, it was 4 picks. You know, regular season stats can be great all you want it, but nobody remembers who was great in the regular season for all those years and ultimately doesn't get the big one or get to the big one, which Jared Goff hasn't done that in a Lions uniform yet. I wouldn't even have blamed him for the 17-point, disaster in the NFC Championship game, but I blame him for the Commanders game along with the offensive line. But I think you're going to see him in a lot of big spots this season specifically because he has a ton of big matchups. So it's going to be like big spotlight on him specifically, quarterback versus quarterback comparisons, the Burrows, the Mahomes, the Lamars, Jalen Hurts. Like, you're going to get those stats put up next to each other, and when those stats hit, those teams are really good. So what is Jared Goff going to do in those games to ultimately put you in a good position in the playoffs to hopefully get the job done, which I still believe that Jared Goff can. I'm not saying that he can't, but it is one of those things where I'm joking around about the dad arm a little bit, but I still want to see him hit some deep balls where, he needs to not make the mistakes that he made in that playoff game.
I guess the other part, too, with Goff adding to the pressure is, you've been notoriously labeled this system guy.
It's a narrative.
You had McVay, you had Ben Johnson now. Let's see you do it again, And to his point, he has. And I do believe he's gotten better as a player. That's why I'm not
he's improved for sure.
Yes, beyond Ben Johnson, calling these plays and having phenomenal teammates, Jared Goff has gotten better.
But I'm looking at, like I said, we're not asking Jared Goff to go from a nobody to a somebody because he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So he's at a bar. And I'm looking at the nitpicky stuff. The in the face of pressure, impromptu throws, things that win you games in the playoffs. When a play breaks down, or you got a defensive tackle screaming down at you, are you going to get the and that could go hand in hand with what Sam Laporta was talking about.
Yes.
About him being more available for Goff in situations like that. About when a play breaks down, him and Goff being on that same page and having that outlet. Because how many times Patrick Mahomes can only do so much and run around so much as long as his wide receivers are getting open. And Kelsey would always be there for him. So that tight end is truly a quarterback's best friend. Mm-hmm. So everybody needs to take a step up. Obviously, it wasn't good enough what they did last year, but Goff has so much pressure on him because he's the quarterback, so it comes with it. It's built in.
Yep.
Like you said, new offensive coordinator who's not this wunderkind offensive greatness. I mean, no disrespect to Johnny Morton, but he's not Sean McVay or Ben Johnson. And now is okay.
This is the Bellator fighter.
You had a good run for the Lions. Like the NFC Championship game was not Jared Goff's fault. So we saw him have a good run in the playoffs. We saw him completely implode in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Can't do that again. Got to go out there and ball. So there is a lot of pressure, rightfully or justly or unjustly on Jared Goff, but that's the nature of the position. All eyes are going to be on you, and you're the most important player on the field. So you got to go take care of business. And I think you will.
Taking care of business
every day.
Yeah.
Lady Jane's Haircuts. Wicked awesome. Make sure you tap in. Lady Jane's Haircuts open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You get a hot lather, neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Like I said, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour brought Brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Jars, Canada's guys. Top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for you, the people. Speaking of the people, just visit shopjars.com to find one near you. Find their best deals at jars_life. And if you're Milan, Madison Heights or Grand Rapids, location coming soon to you. What up, though? Mike, World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. Me, Joe, my more Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, as well as Skywalker and Birdie. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. As always, once you mention his name, the D-Riders come out. Even though they used to not be believers. Used to be BBCers. Used to want Malik Willis here. And that is Stick Van Heinsworth. Stick, I got to ask if you're still listening, man, who is under the most pressure if it's not Jared Goff? Because this is not a hate on Jared Goff segment. This is who it turned into who's under the most pressure right now.
It's the gravity of the situation of him being a quarterback on a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl every year. If they don't get it done, he's always going to be the one under the microscope. That's the nature of the quarterback position.
Now, during the break, I wanted to, I guess, expand that conversation because it stemmed from – I don't even remember where it stemmed from. That wasn't the initial conversation. The pressure was the offense maybe? I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. Oh, Sam Laporta stepping up.
Sam Laporta.
But now that it is like a who's under the most pressure, Dan Campbell in the chat. Is Dan Campbell under pressure now without Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
Would you say he's under more pressure than Jared Goff?
No.
I'm with
Oh,
you.
it's interesting.
Because he's still
like he can only do so much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's I mean,
I have just less question of what he is, to be honest with you.
You know what Dan Campbell is.
He's a great leader.
Yeah, extremely good leader. He's got a good offensive mind too. He's not just this meathead Neanderthal, but
yeah,
you know, it's not his job. We know what Dan Campbell is.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna, you know, he's got pressure on him. This is what happens when you are a Super Bowl caliber team. Your head coach, your quarterback, your GM, all these guys are going to be under pressure if they don't win Super Bowls. It's flat out. Like, it's not they went 9-7 Jim Caldwell Lions anymore, where that's cool. No, you if you win the Super Bowl, you had a successful season. If you don't win the Super Bowl, you had a failure of a season, and that's what it is, black and white. So,
here it is.
Shout
black
out
and white.
Black and white, right there. That's just the gravity of those spots. Head coach, quarterback are always going to be under the most pressure, and they're always, rightfully or unrightfully, will always have the most pressure on them.
Where I want to offer the counter to that is we see it all the time in sports. How many times does and I don't want to completely discredit Dan Campbell by putting him entirely in this realm, but you know the type of coach he is. He's a motivational coach. He's a player's coach. And sometimes after 3-4 years, that message kind of runs a little dry. You kind of start to lose the locker room a bit. Now, if there's anybody I put my money on not losing the locker room, it's Dan Campbell. But that coach archetype tends to lose players after several years of not having the success that you're aiming for. And with this window being as tight as it is, with how unforgiving the NFL is, I think you can make a case for Dan Campbell. I would pick Jared Goff, but I think with those two factors, I think you can make a case because we've seen it historically in NFL, NBA, every sport. Those player-type coaches, once you just don't reach that ceiling that you've been sold for year after year, that you bought into, then you kind of lose the locker room.
Yeah, I think, and I agree to that, like, narrative for sure. When it comes to, like, those rah-rah coaches, I think Dan's more than a rah-rah coach.
I think he is too. I started by saying,
I think his connection to players, his connection to anybody, his way to articulate things, like, he's able to move people. It's more than just like bullshit chants and shit. Like, no disrespect to Jim Harbaugh, phenomenal head coach. But that's the kind of guy you grow tired of. Who's got it better than us? Dan Campbell's not in there doing that shit.
You got to win if you're going to do that.
Yeah, there's no tagline with Dan Campbell.
No,
it's
he's
like
just
genuine.
He's just genuine. Yeah,
genuine care for what the goal is, what the mission is. But he is under pressure. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Lock of the night. You want a lock of the night? Who was that in there that said it? Stephen Fenwick.
Stephen Fentanyl.
Lock of the night. Give me. Oh.
By the way, while you're thinking
Sam
that,
Bennett, 1 point, -156.
like
Sam
that.
Bennett to put a point up, -156. Lock of the night.
you guys clearly
Connor, 2
don't.
points. What's that at?
Connor 2 points it was like +118 or something like that.
I'm taking that.
You guys clearly
Or
aren't
no, I
listening
think it
to
was
what
minus.
I'm saying.
Leon's was +118.
The chat's out here saying that, generic statement by Chris, he's not a rah-rah guy. I started by saying he's not. I'm saying that's how you build the argument for Dan Campbell, is you rely on that. Like, no, let's not be stupid.
Chris, who do you think it is?
I said in my statement,
you
Jared
said
Goff.
J-Mo?
Jared
You
Goff.
said Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah.
I do
Jared
think
Goff.
Dan is
think
under.
it ultimately becomes down to Jared
It has to be. It has to be. That's the nature of the position. You don't look at the failures of a Super Bowl team and be like, oh, it's the head coach couldn't get it done. You don't look at the Bills and you're like, oh, that head coach couldn't get it done those 4 years in a row. No, it's Jim Kelly couldn't get it done.
Nick?
It's the most important outside of goaltender. It is the most important position in sport.
Yeah, I mean, I said Jared Goff was under the most pressure, but I think Dan Campbell is up there just because Ben Johnson and
for sure.
Aaron Glenn leaving. Like, you're without both of your coordinators, you're putting a rookie DC in there, which has been on your staff, like where he got his big start, as the linebackers coach for this team or this organization. So I think he's under a lot of pressure to see how his coordinators that he hired perform. I think that's another slept-on storyline for it. It's like he's the one that put these guys in place ultimately now.
Love you too, brother.
They need to perform, especially with all the talent on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. That's why we are, nitpicking here a little bit. It's there's so much talent just throughout this whole entire roster where these coordinators are going to have to be great.
Yeah.
Or else it's a shit hire.
Absolutely.
Ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, but even the Jim Kelly stuff, you think of Dan Marino.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who the coaches were.
Was it Don Shula? I don't know.
No, Don Shula went 17-0.
Yeah, that motherfucker went
Dude,
shit.
goated. Yeah.
Well, Dan Marino was Dan Marino.
No, it was the 70s. They won. That Dolphins team.
Didn't the Dan Marino Dolphins go undefeated?
I don't know if they went undefeated, but I know Dan Marino never won a chip. No, yeah, Dan Marino never won. The Dolphins won that year. The only team to go completely undefeated got the chip.
No, he did not play for an undefeated team.
Dan Marino?
Yeah, that was 72. The 72 Dolphins.
You ever see the takes of the Dan Marino commercials? He said, "All right, come on, let's fucking go."
I like to.
The Italian guy from Pittsburgh.
I've seen
Fucking
Dan
forget that
Marino
part
on
about it.
a. What, Bad Boys 2? Oh, I'm going to test drive the shit out of this week. When they get the caddy on the second. Dude, Bad Boys 2, top tier movie.
Great
You have two badass chase scenes in that movie. Like car chase.
Gotta rewatch. It's been a minute. 55% overwhelmingly, Jared Goff has the most pressure this season.
I mean, yeah, that's like I said, and that doesn't surprise me. That's the nature of the position.
Yeah. I mean, you also got one guy getting paid fucking $69 million. Dan Campbell's probably making like 12.
Yeah,
you know,
you're the highest paid guy in the organization. You are the leader. You touch the ball every time.
Slotnikov.
Yeah. Tell us about the massage chair. Breaking news when we come back. Tell us about the massage chair house.
Nice tease. Massage Chair House. You guys got to head over to the website right now, massagechairhouse.com, and schedule your appointment with my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan. You may already know him from the #1 massage chair review channel on YouTube. Scan the QR code or visit him in person at massagechairhouse.com. Or, again, the corner of Long Lake Road and Woodward. Massage Chair House will be right there in Bloomfield Hills. Check out my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, and check out the Pharaoh.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. The boys are back in town. Feel the roar Sports.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
We'll have you laughing.
Mad Packs, dude. In stores now, go to getmadpacks.com to see their full line of products in every store they are in. They've got the Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks. They've got the just regular flour. If that's what you want, if you're just a regular guy, they got regular flour too. High-low infused pre-rolls and the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. It's Mad Packs in stores now. Go to getmadpacks.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy Joe, my swimmer, Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. Smash the like button, be friends, tell a friend, share the stream. Birdie, Skywalker here as well. Put a pro comp in the chat for my guy, Luke.
Put some more pro comps for Luke in the chat, yeah.
Luke pro comps for my
Somebody said
favorite.
Peter Griffin today.
Yes, hold on. Let's go over this real quick.
You guys got to see Luke when he's standing up. He's a big dude.
Yeah, Luke's a big dude. Not like that kind of big.
Like you don't want to see Luke if you're
like
walking
honestly,
down. If you're walking down an alleyway at night, you don't want to see Luke's shadowy
Luke
figure.
Could, maybe Luke should be playing center out there for the Detroit
Luke could
Lions.
definitely play.
You know?
Dude,
what did you play?
Shout out to my guy TJ Lang. Saw him today. He's our boy. Yeah, dapped him up. It was good to see him. He said, "Dude, you're looking good. You lost some weight." I was like, "Thanks." I just looked at him and I'm like, "Dude, that's what I like." If I was playing in the NFL, I'd be playing TJ Lang's position, and he is just so much bigger than me. Like I remember when my hoop dreams died when I stopped growing past 6 foot tall. I was like, well, if I want to be in the NFL at my position, I gotta be at least 6'5".
6'5".
TJ Lang's big dude. Shout out though, friend of the network, friend of the show.
Yeah,
TJ's the man.
That's the first celebrity that we were on about and was like,
he knew who we were. Yeah,
that was fucking.
That was very cool.
Never forget that.
Very cool.
Experience.
Was that Imagine?
Yep.
Bought him a beer.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, power move. I interviewed him last year. Super sick.
Yeah, very cool dude.
Yeah, and just crazy.
Salt of the earth kind of guy.
Crazy football knowledge. You want to talk about the trenches? That dude could talk for days.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go out slamming beers with TJ Lang.
Royal Oak kid.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was from Waterford.
You went to Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eastern, surprisingly, I think they produced more than Western at this point.
Max Crosby and
like longevity, like
TJ Lang.
TJ Lang.
It's kind of crazy because I always think
Davis.
of Western when I think of the better football school.
Western had Corey Davis, but CMU had Eric Fisher, J.J. Watt, and Antonio Brown.
Bro, I remember in like 9th grade, thinking Dan Lefevre was gonna be like the fucking
Dan Lefevre, Chris
Peyton
Kamen,
Manning.
Chris Kamen, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chris's, I'm just kidding. I like Chris Sims.
Hey, real quick, real quick.
Oh yeah, breaking news.
Oh yeah. Is this like actually good or?
Shout out Skywalker. No, shout out Skywalker. You got it. Nick Chubb signs with the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
1 year, $2.5 million deal that can be worth up to $5 million. So the Texans.
Terrible offseason for the Texans,
Terrible,
dude.
though.
Hopefully Nick Chubb is feeling good in those knees because he's going to need to dodge and tacklers in the backfield because their offensive line is dog shit.
Yep, I agree.
Better than the Bears.
Birdie says 200 likes and I'll slap Chris on camp. So smash that like
Nice. I'm smashing. I'm fucking signing all my accounts.
all the burners.
Speaking of slapping Chris's, you guys don't want to do this one. Chris Sims. So I'm trying to figure it out, man. I don't know if there's like I think there are more tiers than there are rankings. But the same.
Yeah.
You see
I didn't
it?
see this.
Okay.
No. You see this? You hear about this?
I didn't see his final top 10. I know that's supposed to be coming out today. But he's ranking his quarterbacks. He does annually. Jared Goff's been in the top 10. He's been 17. He's been all over the place. This year, if I'm counting down, He's got him in third. I'm sorry, 13th.
13th?
Based on this,
I don't think that's crazy. I mean, like I said, he should definitely be higher based off his play the past 2 years. But we talked about he's the guy that falls like 7 to 13. If you're putting him anywhere in that range, I'm not gonna be mad at you for it.
I'm with you.
Well,
I'm really.
Who is ahead of him?
And just based off what I have right now, because I can't find the top 10. One I don't agree with actually, and I'm the golf hater. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God, dude! Are you kidding me? Chris Sims pumping up Aaron Rodgers after he hasn't done shit in 3 seasons? That's what we're gonna do? All right,
last year,
list doesn't mean shit.
3,800 yards.
He really wasn't bad.
28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Are you guys gonna say the Steelers are gonna go to the playoffs too?
Coming off the ACL,
Yeah, I mean, they
Steelers are probably going to the playoffs. Yeah, maybe not. No, I already said
Dude, they go there with Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Nick.
I'd take Mason Rudolph over. No, I'm kidding.
No, you would not.
All
Yeah.
right,
I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is better than Jared Goff.
But that's ridiculous. What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one either.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers 6 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron Rodgers like 5 years ago, all day.
Aaron Rodgers
Not even
fucking
close.
pre-Jets.
But I guess I could hear him out. Like you said, the numbers weren't bad.
Not bad.
The Jets were
Not
bad.
Yeah.
They were horrendous. They fired 2 head coaches and an offensive coordinator. One of the guys at PFF.
But he also had Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams.
He also had Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. But coaching matters, man.
And what was their running back? I almost said Bilal Powell. Bilal Powell. Why can't I remember the running back's name?
Bryce Spice.
Bryce Spice.
Was it Bryce something, right?
God
dang it. People were comparing him to Gibbs.
He was supposed to be hot shit last year.
People were saying he was better than Gibbs.
What's his name?
Check the chat.
Chat, what's the Jets running back name? Why can't I remember his name?
It's funny because he's supposed to be the premier.
I keep wanting to say Ronnie Coleman.
Brees Hall.
Okay. I don't know why I wanted to say Ronnie Coleman.
The weightlifter?
Yeah. No, Ronnie Coleman, wasn't he on the Broncos?
Oh, Ronnie Coleman. Oh, Ronnie, it's not Coleman. God.
No, that is the weightlifter, is Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Ronnie
Bell.
No.
Ron something. I know exactly what you're talking about. He played for the Broncos and
Yeah.
shit. He was straight.
Ronnie Hillman.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Just a niche fantasy football name.
He may have played for the Jets after the Broncos. I don't know.
Brees Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a bad year last year. But that's also, like you said, bad team, bad offensive line. But
Papa
no.
John's.
No way people think Goof is better than Aaron effing Rodgers.
Who says that?
No, it's supremacy.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I can hear you out.
I don't think I can.
No.
I don't think I can. Like, is he better at making off-platform throws? Yes. You can say that. That's it. That's literally it.
What if we had Rodgers in that team? This team. In the Commanders game.
He would have made different plays, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Who else is ahead of him?
Brock Purdy.
Boo.
Yeah, no. I think Goff's like the evolved form of Brock Purdy. I don't know. Brock Purdy's got the legs, but Goff is a better quarterback.
And then he was supposed to be dropping the top 10. Okay, here it is. I found it. Or at least a video about it. Number 3 was Burrow.
He loves Burrow. He's a big Burrow guy.
He is a big Burrow guy.
I mean, it's hard not to be unless you're easy and you marginalize white players.
Yeah, it's true. I got to find the whole list here. Give me a minute here.
1, 2.
Oh, God.
3.
Oh, jeez,
4.
Rick.
Didn't Mr. Beast, wasn't his first like big video him counting to 100,000 or something like that?
Yeah, the video did do. I don't know if it was his first big video, but yeah, he did do that. Jaden Daniels, number 5.
Aggressive.
Kind of aggressive.
I don't hate it, but
Matthew Stafford, number 6.
Got to prove it. We saw what happened to C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Stafford 6. Oh wait, you just got upset. Is it Dak Prescott 7?
No. I don't have the list. I'm just seeing like headlines, like people writing articles based on this list. But for some reason, you can't find his actual list.
Look at Reddit. Usually, someone
all
on
right,
Reddit. will
Wheezy
probably
D,
post it.
you're smoking crack, dude.
You're smoking crack.
He said Kyler greater than Burrow.
That's got to be
Absolutely
racist.
not. Absolutely.
That's got to be racist.
Not at all. That's
maybe
horrible.
at baseball.
Yeah, that'd be about it.
Maybe at baseball and being short. That's about it.
How do you feel about Jaden Daniels being ranked over JG?
That's aggressive, like we said. I mean, you know why he did it is because the athleticism is there, and obviously the last thing we saw was Jaden Daniels beating Jared Goff, but he's got to do it for another year.
I believe Justin Herbert is over him as well. Try and find the list itself.
I'm not mad at that either.
No?
No. I mean, well, let me check what.
What is he?
Because if I'm looking at just stats, like if you're just looking at stats, then okay, yeah, Sam Flannel. But I don't think calling Justin Herbert a more talented quarterback than Goff is crazy. He had 3,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last year.
All right, well, since I can't find an actual list. Okay, here it is. The final 10. Why is he doing it like this? All right, 10 was Jalen Hurts over Jared Goff. I think they're pretty equal, but that's 10 to 13.
We talked about them. Yeah. Elite game managers.
Baker Mayfield, I'm not mad at that after last year. I'm not mad at that.
Baker, I'd put Goff over Baker still. Again, I think Baker he's got more sizzle and more moxie, but he makes just as many stupid crunch time plays as Goff does, and I think Goff is a more composed and accurate quarterback.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, what the hell that was?
I think that was thunder, or it was somebody dying at the stairs above us.
Somebody's stock market's crashed upstairs. Or something.
Oh, woof!
What?
He's got his windows down.
All right,
that's fine. Hurry up! It's right there.
Yeah, Baker's like in that mix of guys where it's like we could reshuffle 7 from 13 and like, you know.
Dude, turn around, knock on the window. Turn around, knock. Oh, stupid little kid.
I'm not mad if you got Goff over him. I'm not mad if you got Baker.
I'm putting Goff over Baker.
Justin Herbert's number 8. C.J. Stroud's number 7 still. I mean, it wasn't really on him last year. It's the offensive line if you actually watched him.
Yeah, but he
wasn't what he was rookie year.
Goff was better than all of those guys last year.
He was. But it's a 2025 QB countdown. Is this like based off expectations?
It has to be, yeah.
Maybe I have to go dive in and actually do some journalism here. Matthew Stafford was 6, and I think that's the one to be most contentious for people because he's getting older.
He is getting older.
He's still got that.
He's still got a fucking cannon.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm actually not mad at it. I'm just straight up. I'm not.
Like I said,
you
can argue them. You can argue all of them.
I think Lions fans are coming to grips with that too. Or maybe it's last year's playoff performance to make it easier because I feel like people aren't freaking out as much.
Unless it's stick.
Yeah, unless it's stick.
I would put Goff over Baker. I would put him over Herbert. I would put him over. I wouldn't put him over Hurts. I wouldn't put him.
I don't know. Baker's a dog.
I wouldn't put him over Stafford. I'd definitely put him over Rodgers.
Lunchbox Stafford can sling it.
Stafford can swing it.
The Rona 99. Kyler's a god amongst the elves.
Yeah. Kyler's what every elf dreams to be.
JT Olson, our residential Bucks fan, said I'd take Baker over Goff. What he can do, what my thing's lagging here, what he can do with his legs and what he did without Evans, Godwin last year. That's what it is for me with Baker. It's like what he did without, he lost Godwin, he lost Evans, and he still was performing and finished, like, I think, top 3.
Yeah.
When it comes to quarterbacks last year. Like, Baker was balling out of his fucking mind.
You got to win a game. You picking Baker or Goff? I'd probably pick Goff. I think I trust Goff more.
Did Baker turn the ball over in that playoff game this year? Oh, yeah, he fumbled, yeah.
Goff did too.
I think Baker's more of a gamer.
He's definitely got the moxie.
Like in a do-or-die situation. Like he said, like
he's going to die on the field.
Yeah, and he can run with his legs.
Yeah.
Like last year, go to the
It's pretty close.
The Bucks beat us, right? But if you go look at the numbers, Baker had like, I think 196 yards throwing. Like, he was making plays out there. Him and Chris Godwin. I know Chad's going to hate to hear this, and I know whatever narrative's going to go with it. I'm probably taking Baker. But
on brand.
Yeah, see, there it is.
I'm kidding.
Who would you take?
I'm taking Goff.
Why?
I'm taking Baker.
I trust Goff better. I just trust
Goff more.
Goff
better.
I would take
something about it.
If I had to win a game tomorrow, I would take Goff over Herbert. I think I can see Herbert do a lot of goofy shit that he hasn't corrected at all.
Yeah.
At all.
I'm taking Goff over Herbert for sure.
But I confidently say that Herbert is more physically like talented, can make more plays than Jared Goff. But like, I don't think he's composed right now. That I would take him in a game tomorrow. Jalen Hurts game tomorrow. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Hurts.
You're taking Hurts.
I think
He's kind of been that way for the
Hurts.
past like 2 years.
I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good quarterback.
I mean, he got it done. He punched one in.
He did.
You got to go with him.
His running ability is elite.
His team was healthy.
Yeah.
No, I know. But he's got a very good deep ball, and his running ability is elite. But he cannot like layer balls at all.
All right, fuck it. Let's do the list this way. The guy's over Goff right now.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels game tomorrow.
I'm taking Jaden Daniels. There's a game tomorrow.
Nick.
Same.
He felt so sad.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm not. By the way, I gotta see year two. I gotta see year two. I get it though.
That's fair.
Where is Stroud on this list? Did I miss that? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you did. He's 7.
Okay, I would take Jared over Stroud right now. The regression was insane.
Yeah, but watching it, that offensive line was fucking horrendous. Like it was.
If you put
CJ has had one good year, and his history is a quarter like elite.
If you
year.
put CJ Stroud on the Lions, are they better or worse?
I'm not sure after what I just saw.
It's fair.
So that's why I'm taking Goff.
Yep, you know what you got with Goff. That is true. Same with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels kind of an unknown as well.
Yeah, it's fair. Damn, that's tough. Goff and Stroud, because that is like the resume right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, me watching it, because the way you are with who's the team you fell in love with last year that you're riding?
Houston.
No, that was 2 years ago. Panthers.
Yeah, I've been with Houston and the Jags. That kind of that division, those two teams, kind of watching. I don't know. Stafford game tomorrow.
Taking Stafford.
I'm taking Stafford
for sure. Like no hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
9.
He almost won that fucking game against the
They
Eagles.
almost beat the Eagles. If it wasn't for Kyron Williams fumbling twice, they would have beat the Eagles.
I'll go ahead and take Goff over Stroud.
I'd take Goff over Stroud too.
I'll take Goff over Stroud. I'll take Goff over Herbert game tomorrow.
I would take him over Herbert as well.
Game tomorrow.
I'm taking him over Baker too.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Game tomorrow, I'm taking Goff over Stroud, Herbert, and Baker.
I guess like I do love Baker's like gamesmanship. Like I'm gonna fucking go get that motherfucker.
Sometimes it fucks him.
Yeah.
You gotta have poise.
The same way did Stafford for like a few years. Like
Yeah.
that, remember? Yeah, fuck. I'll take Goff over Baker. It's tough. It's close. Hurts, Goff.
Hurts.
I'm taking Goff.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Hurts?
I think you just need so much more around Hurts
What?
to work than JG.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, you pandering?
No, I'm
think-
not. I'm
Copper,
me pandering
please.
these fucking goblins.
Dude,
never in my
please.
life. I just, from what I saw with Shane Steichen's departure, the team was still extremely stacked.
Yeah.
There was no
And he
excuse for
fell
it to be-
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there was an injury in there. I don't know, man. I feel like Goff's ability to go through the progressions, like I'll trust more than I need everyone going right for Hurts. But Hurts did play really well in the playoffs last year.
And wasn't there one bad year because of Patricia? Like, I mean, I know that's
No, they
defense,
lost-
but
that was that year.
Yeah.
That was Steichen.
Yeah,
But
they
that's-
lost
that's
both
what I'm saying.
They lost both coordinators.
I know. But I'll just blame Patricia out of hate.
Am I crazy?
I don't think you're crazy. I think they both do different things very well. Like I said, I put them both in the same
They're in the
caliber.
same tier, yeah.
Yeah, they're both elite game managers. So, no, I don't think you're crazy. I think you kind of need just as much around both of them.
Yeah.
For them to succeed.
That's very true.
But if
That's
you're
true.
taking one over the other, no, I'm not.
Yeah, you're right. Because in the absence of that, Hurts has his legs still.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like Hurts is obviously more mobile and probably has a stronger arm, but Goff is a much better intermediate thrower and a more accurate quarterback. So it's how do you want your system to go? I don't think you can go wrong picking either of them.
Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough thought exercise. Because it's that fucking crop of quarterbacks, man. You can just shuffle them around.
Yeah, what about Trevor Lawrence?
I'm taking T-Law.
Over Goff?
Yeah. You know I'm
Wow.
a T-Law guy.
That's insane.
You know I'm a T-Law guy.
You taking him over Stroud?
everything's equal around them.
Yeah, on the Lions.
On the Lions.
On the Lions. Stroud or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor throws the ball too hard. Like it's becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why that team like leads and drop passes and shit. I watch back. I'm like, okay, he's got a little staff in him. Little fucking like just relax a little bit, bud. Like you get it there without fucking being a piss missile. Stroud, I guess.
T-Law or Baker?
T-Law.
T-Law or Herbert?
T-Law.
You still love yourself some
That's
T-Law.
crazy. Yeah.
I'm a T-Law
I'm not
believer,
taking
baby.
over any.
You have
I'm not
been-
taking any of those guys.
it's-
Or
to
I'm taking
me-
all those guys over Trevor
To
Lawrence.
me, it's insane. Like your guys' reactions, especially having like the Sam Darnold situation we just saw. Like coaching matters. It really does.
Doug Peterson's not a bad coach. He took
Not a bad coach.
He made Carson Wentz an MVP.
Took them to the playoffs. They won a playoff game with Doug Peterson and T-Law. But then Doug Peterson lost the team. It was fucking. I mean, the prisoners were running the asylum at a certain point. And it didn't help, too. The general manager, that guy
I don't know if
fucking
you could say
sucks.
that.
How's the guy keep getting jobs? I never understand.
That's a buzz phrase.
Why? It's because who said that? This was some radio host.
Some
right?
radio host, yeah. It was like the dude that said Russell Westbrook was out of his cotton picking mind.
Yeah.
Or the
crazy
LeBron
call.
James.
I've never
posse
even
one.
heard that as a saying.
Yeah.
He's out of his cotton picking mind. It's like, dude, come on. There's so many other ways you could have said that.
I'm pretty sure he kept his job, too.
The dude that
Cotton picking mind kept his job.
that
Well,
Reds
wasn't it
announcer
Utah?
didn't.
And because that guy was talking about LeBron and his posse? Is that
Yeah,
what it was?
Phil Jackson posse called LeBron James crew posse.
Phil Jackson did.
Yeah, when he was the president of the Knicks,
That was
he was like, I don't
It's
know,
a
there's
posse,
something about
though.
that
It's
posse.
your fucking crew. You call that a posse, no?
Posse's not bad. Is Posse bad?
It
No,
was
I
a
love
story
me
for
some
like
good
2
posse.
weeks. It was a story for like 2
Love
weeks.
some good Posse.
Love me some good posse.
Yeah.
You know? What's the definition of bad posse? All right, we're not. Too much friction?
Cold.
Not enough friction.
Too small.
Yeah, too big.
You know? Too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's, I mean,
big.
hot dog down a hallway kind of scenario. Like, yeah.
Shorty got that bucket on.
Shorty's got that bucket on her, dog.
I'm a T-Law believer. I'll die on that hill. I'm
Yeah,
okay
you're
with
gonna
it.
die on the hill.
I'm putting the chat though.
Right with Trey Lance and Trevor Lawrence.
Jalen Hurts, Goff, or T-Law. I'll put T-Law in there. We got some bills to pay. We
I
over
don't
our
think
apologies.
anybody's gonna pick T-Law.
I'm picking.
Let me tell you about Loom. Loom Cannabis. Make sure you check them out at loom.com. Tons of different stuff for you to choose from, but they're buzzing drinks. I'm telling you, 7.5 milligrams of THC in a can. They're delicious. Perfect for golf. If you're a golfer and you like to, get a little high, then you can get some of these buzzins, have them out there on the course with you. Perfect sippers. They're delicious, too. They'll sneak up on you, though, so make sure you check them out. Go to loom.com to find any location near you or to place your order online. Use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off every time. 30% off your order. It's Loom Cannabis.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
So you guys already know because it's been around forever if you're here locally. I know we got some of you guys watch from other countries, other states, but you guys know Buddy's is a staple of Detroit. The original Detroit-style pizza started there, and you could try it for the first time if you haven't. Save yourself 10% by using promo code 10mil at Buddy's Pizza. That's 10 mil for 10% off your order now.
And you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado for just $199 a month, or you can get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Come visit any of Feldman's 5 Chevy locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, or Lansing. Feldman, check them out today.
Check them out.
Yo, I'm gonna find a former GM to have on the show. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna have him rank his top 10 quarterbacks, and like in a draft sense. Like you are starting a team. Yeah, guys. I mean, no one holds on the job forever.
Except for Nick.
Except for John Schneider.
Shout out Nick.
John Schneider's been with Seattle since fucking what? John Schneider drafted Russell Wilson.
Yeah, John Schneider's been there
Isn't
for a
that
while.
crazy?
I mean, that gives you a fucking
So maybe he's the one.
get out of jail free card for a long time if you draft a Super Bowl winning quarterback in the fucking 4th round or wherever they got Russ.
Yeah.
Get Bob Quinn, says AG's burner. Matt Millen says Stick sucks.
I guess like for I know you're more trolling, so maybe I could genuinely ask you though. Maybe you do have like actual take on it. What if you were to say T-Law's back? I'm seeing T-Law's overrated. Like, outside the narrative,
he's buns.
What is he actually bad at?
Football.
Winning games.
Winning football games. I think he's bad at closing games out. I think he makes unnecessary throws when he doesn't need to, and that puts him in situations where they can be intercepted. Like, I think he tries to do too much. He's trying to live up to that Superman best prospect of all time, should win the Heisman 4 years in a row, still kind of trying to live up to that. He's trying to do too much. Like you say, he throws the ball a little too hard. You got to put a little finesse on it sometimes.
Maybe the one thing I for sure can say.
So, and he can't stay healthy.
Yeah. I can for sure say the health and throwing the ball too hard.
Noah Messi. Did Trevor Lawrence even win a playoff game in his career? Yeah, he's got one.
Yep.
He beat Justin Herbert in the Poop Bowl. That was when he threw four interceptions in the first quarter.
And fucking dude.
And Brandon Staley,
62-yarder he had, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and Brandon Staley lost that game for the
Chargers.
For the Chargers.
And there you go. I mean, that's the whole point in coaching too. We'll see. I guess that's one I'm just willing to die on. Chef, no. I'm not even. T-Law's a tier above Jordan Love. Not even entertaining that one at all.
What? Really? I think they're pretty similar.
No, I would take T-Law over Jordan Love all day.
I think that's a coin flip. Jordan Love or Trevor Lawrence, I think they're the exact same quarterback right now. Neither of them has done anything to prove to me that they're elite. Neither of them is trash. I think they're both mid.
That's crazy.
What about what has Trevor Lawrence done that's so much better than Jordan Love?
Be good at football. I mean, Jordan Love's been good at football too. But I'm taking T-Law, just a talent tier. I think his ability to run is way better than Jordan Love's.
I don't know.
I think he's been in shitty situations for sure. Like, it sucks because Sam Darnold's fallen so far from grace, and some of it deservedly so. Like, obviously, you're not always going to be like what you were projected as, but like, I guess Sam Darnold-esque type of situations.
Trevor Lawrence's best year was 2022, 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. Jordan Love
blew him out the water.
Last year had 4,100 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 picks. So both of their best years are.
Now who's in a better situation?
Jordan Love, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to be honest with you, too, I may like even just die on the hill. Like I know I'm saying die on the hill. I'm gonna die on the hill because I don't even this next guy up. I mean, Liam Cohen. Duval. Like, Trevor might be fucked. To be honest with you.
Steve O'Baby says Jordan Love is way better than Trevor Lawrence.
No, I don't see it that way. I could see the argument, like arm-wise, them being similar for sure.
I just think
Jordan,
success-wise and play-wise and performance-wise, they're pretty much the same guy.
No. I'll take T-Law. I take T-Law on tape for sure.
I mean, yeah, if you make me pick between them,
I
I'd
was
probably
gonna say,
take Trevor Lawrence over
arm-wise,
Jordan Love, but I think they're
for
pretty
sure
much
you
the
could
same.
say that. Arm-wise, same guy. Like I could
Who do
hear
you what?
I think Trevor's got a
what
little
class
bit stronger
of
arm.
quarterback do you think Trevor Lawrence is in then? If he's above Jordan Love,
Yeah, who's he on par with?
yeah. What is like Dak?
No, he's better than Dak.
He's better than Dak.
He is.
No,
he's
not.
He's like a Justin Herbert situation.
Justin Herbert
Where it's like
is so
it's
much
there.
better than Trevor Lawrence.
It's there.
Yeah.
We've got to trim some pieces off.
I think
there.
Dak's better than T-Law, like by far. Dak had an MVP caliber season
Against fucking the cupcake.
Who are the
Cupcake
Jaguars playing? You think they got a tough schedule? No.
Yeah, listen. We already talked about the situations. Dak's situation that year was Dak has never had a fucking year like that ever. It was an anomaly because it was the easiest schedule ever. They played. I think they beat like 2 teams over 500. 1 team over 500 might have been the Detroit Lions. And the situation we got absolutely fucked. And that's why when it got to the playoffs, you guys asked beat by Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
Dak's had
destroyed.
Dak had in 2019 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. 2021 4,400 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. In 2023 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 picks. All 3 of those seasons are better than Trevor Lawrence's best. Even his rookie season was
But obviously,
almost as good as Trevor
breath
Lawrence's
that we
best
just
year.
talked about Justin Herbert without having the numbers being ranked over Jared Goff because of the skill set. That's the conversation with Dak and T-Law.
I don't know if Dak's situation is like it's not like the Cowboys' situation is that much better. Like CeeDee Lamb,
Dak has had some ideal situations for sure. From the offensive line to prime Zeke, he's had some ideal situations without a doubt. I would say though, for sure, when it comes to Trevor, you could always say he's been in a shit situation. Tier-wise, like talent-wise, like I guess the thing that differentiates, and maybe this is all fucking because I own a helmet signed by him, Clemson one. I'm still trying to sell it,
dude.
Maybe
that's what
what
it is
this is
for
all about.
sure.
But I think the Trevor Lawrence stuff is way more narrative-driven than it is actual like put the tape on and point to me that he's a bad quarterback. It'd be tough for you guys to be doing that.
4 in a row.
Money. Love is real ass.
Cash, son, off the
Did that
bank.
go in?
Dude, I'm hot right now.
That went in.
Give me a contract, Pistons.
Love is real. If you had to replace Goff tomorrow with Love or Lawrence, who y'all taking?
Probably Lawrence.
I'm taking Trevor.
Whoa!
I do think it was
I
big that
I
you're
think they're in the same tier though. I don't think it's
They're a coin flip.
Yeah, it is a coin flip. You ask me tomorrow, I might say Love.
Love.
I think that Trevor Lawrence has probably more
Trevor Lawrence by far
measurables,
the
but
best
they're the
female
same. They're
quarterback.
the same guy in the NFL so far. They're the same exact person in the NFL.
Easy doesn't even sit and watch entire games. Super Bowl Wilson.
That is 4 days in a row, son, Kayak.
Yeah, I just got this show because my dad owns the company. I'll confess it.
Shout out, Pops.
Truth is out.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button for Easy, for Nick, for Luke, for Birdie, for Chris. It's like a morning show in here. I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.